to make another video since I felt like the last one stressed people out because it definitely stressed me out. And well, I'm scared every day for my life, and until someone comes to be there for me, like a Jewish person who aligns with my mission. Hopefully, one of the tribe take me in, because until then, I feel like I'm being constantly assaulted, and no one really loves or values me. And so we're going to pray to Hashem, to try to regain a sense of peace and composure, and to have a relationship with the Lord, as the Torah was meant to have us do. Fortunate are those whose way is artless, who walk with the Torah of the Lord. Fortunate are those who keep his testimonies, who seek him with all their hearts. Indeed, they have not done iniquity, they walk in his ways. You have commanded your precepts to be observed diligently. My wish is that my ways be directed to keep your statutes, the 613 laws. Then I will not be ashamed when I behold all your commandments. I will give thanks to you with uprightness of heart. When I learn your righteous judgments, I will keep your statutes. Do not utterly forsake me. Like Yeshua did not pass on his cup. He taught me the meaning of Bitur. How can a young man keep his way pure? By observing your word. With all my heart I have sought you. Do not let me stray from your commandments. I have harbored your word in my heart, that I might not sin against you. Blessed are you. Lev Echad and Iyar. Teach me your statutes. With my lips I have declared all the judgments of your mouth. I have rejoiced in the way of your testimonies. As I would with all riches, I will speak of your precepts and gaze upon your ways. I will delight in your statutes. I will not forget your word. Akadosh Baruch. This is from the Ma'ane Lashon, from the Noel, and also from Stephen Hawking. You can see me reading from the book, so I just wanted to attribute it properly, because it has a strange connection. It really does. Up to the beginning of the century, people believed in an absolute time. That is, each event could be labeled by a number called time in a unique way, and all good clocks would agree on the time interval between two events. However, the discovery of the speed of light appeared the same to every observer, no matter how he was moving, led to the theory of relativity, and in that one had to abandon the idea that there was a unique absolute time. Instead, each observer would have his own time, his own measure of time, as recorded by a clock that he carried. Clocks carried by different observers would not necessarily agree. Especially even more so in our situation, with this desecration and the number of false prophets there are circulating, and including the likeness that the graven image that they've made of me, including that one. You're not getting any of your messages pure. Like, they're all being clipped. You want to see the real me. You want to have a real relationship with me, which is incalculable in value. Come to see me. Like, I will tell you the truth, and you will receive a blessing. You will see, come to see the real me, and I will tell you the truth. Instead, each observer would have his own measure of time, as recorded by a clock that he carried. Clocks carried by different observers would not necessarily agree. Thus, time became a more personal concept, relative to an observer who measured it. And see, this is about, I'm going to talk today about the arrows of time, and basically to talk about this and this, which requires a whole lot of explanation. So I'm going to build up to it, and hopefully, if this video is good enough, it can be edited and possibly featured on TorahAnytime.com, but with those parts edited out. And or if not, you could tell me what I would need to change in order to make a video that would be acceptable by your wonderful site, which I wish all the greatest success by, for all of our Sadiq and Lenkosim of righteous memory. See, a game like pool is a closed system. Initially, the balls are arranged in a highly ordered state, but once the game begins, the balls become disordered and disoriented. It is very unlikely that one could play a shot that would return all the balls to their starting positions. Like, unfortunately, we cannot go backwards, because it has happened. Um, the breaking of the vessels has started, if not broken completely. Yesod is definitely broken. As if that wasn't painfully obvious. Um, and there are at least 3 arrows of time. The direction in which disorder increases, the direction in which we perceive time passing, and the direction in which the universe increases in size. But I just wanted to show you, the picture that they have here. It cannot go back to its original state once the balls have been, pushed. And unfortunately, we can't go back. Although many people will try to, and they're all going to hate me for causing Shavira Hakalim, or basically for challenging their values. They don't want to be challenged. They don't want to grow, even though that's kind of what we're here for. Like you see the 3 kinds of time, and that is basically, first, second laws of thermodynamics. And there's going to be increasing disorder or entropy. But there can also be increased order within the smaller closed system, within that larger system of increasing entropy. But basically, we're on an arrow of time, and it only goes one way. but there are strange things about it, where things have effects which we did not know about until they actually started to happen, and it's really strange and interesting. So first, let's talk about just the three hours of time. For one of them is just the personal, the I, like personal growth, like me and my relationship to Hashem, like getting closer to Him. Or if you don't believe in God, which many of you don't, since many of you just want to know if I'm crazy or just worth anything. The answer to that is no, I'm worthless. But it's about personal growth. If you don't believe in God, the first axis is just about you. Yeah, like where are you in your life in terms of your personal growth, in how emotionally, mentally, and spiritually evolved are you? There's always room to grow. We do have to get challenged because life is about growth. We have to heal the past and the things that hold us back. Like everyone has something to everyone has growth to do. The second axis is about me and you. Like for me, this is about a person that I need to see and have a relationship with, which is what the Torah is also about, repairing your relationship with other, not just with God, but with man. And I really need to talk to you for many reasons, which have nothing at all to do with love or with us two, but with our people, with our nations, with the planet, with the Torah, I need your expertise in languages and cultures. This is the biggest possible thing you would possibly be working on, and I absolutely need your help. I do not know why you refused to see or talk to me. When the Torah is about having a relationship, not about avoiding it completely, that is totally the wrong answer. You get a 0. You get an F for failing to show up completely. That's actually worse than having someone with bad qualities. Having someone who doesn't show up, who doesn't acknowledge you, is worse because it makes the other person suffer, because they had a lot of hope and faith in you and are kind of out of other options. So we really hope that you pull through and can eventually rise above your own self and your own ego to actually do what is good for other people, for my people and yours. Like, you have to make the sacrifice. It is not about you. You are being very selfish. You should just do it already and just look bad to actually just to your own self, because everyone actually wants to be you. Everyone is jealous of you. Everyone is envious of you and of me, even though I have nothing but pain and misery and this desire to not self-inflict pain. But I don't know. Everyone. Yeah, and you're actually showing everyone that you're showing everyone that it is okay to be shamed and feel guilty for having natural urges. You're showing them that sex is sinful and bad, even though you did the right thing and said no to all temptations and did not sin and kept the covenant as I knew you would. But you're telling them that love and intimacy is bad because of sex, basically. You're telling them that blind adherence to the rules trumps everything, and you should just listen to everything that everyone tells you to do instead of what will actually help to repair the world. And, you know, let me just put it in simpler terms. A meal offering to make up for the wheat offering that was declined. But I can't get into that right now because I have this war to fight. I mean, with my own country, just so I could stop another war that, for Palestine and Israel, or for the Tikkun Ha'Olam, or so many reasons, or the Mishkan. The laws of science do not distinguish between the past and the future. Yeah, this is what I've been saying in the Asian conception of language, religion, culture, and time. More precisely, as explained, the laws of science are unchanged under the combination of operations or symmetries known as CPT. C means changing particles for antiparticles. P means taking the mirror image, so left and right are interchanged, or good and evil. And T means reversing the direction of motion of all particles, in fact, running the motion backward. I wanted to relate it to the Torah because I just thought that there were interesting things here. Because, as we go along with this, there are strange things happening. Because I realize that when we look towards the Torah and try to either reinterpret it, just understand it and reinterpret it in a different way, that we're actually affecting the future. Even the Torah already happened, but yet that changes the future because more people are reading the Torah and they're actually extracting lessons from it that they missed before, like how to treat your family, or how to treat your loved ones, how to treat your significant others so that they feel loved and actually get what they need, so that they wouldn't have to run away from their fathers, who is just treating them like property, like money, and also reneging on his promise, to give him Rachel after 7 years. Instead, he gave him the wrong daughter, and he had to work another 7 years. But also, you just might not get the person after 7 years because a court is against you, or a demon is against you, or the world just self-hating Jews and people that are ashamed of being gay, of loving another person, allow their shame and guilt to win out over genuine love and intimacy and the chance to know another person and to relive and to live out the Torah and to revise it for the good of the future, which is the Mishkan. Actually, the Mishkan is the future, and the Mishkan actually goes back to the Torah, and it changes the Torah too. Like, it's the past and the future are the laws of science do not distinguish between the past and the future. Like, certain things that happen in the future, like I said before, like the meal offering affects the past, like the wheat offering that was declined, a Kain and an Abel, and the future, which is Torah Chesed, which is again the past, changes the future, because now instead of having Isaac and Ishmael, you also have Alwen, and having Alwen allows you to repair the rift between Isaac and Ishmael, which is in the past. Just also the rift between Sarah and Hagar, because I'm so scared. Like, so many people and countries are after me. Keturah never met them and never fought with them, and never had sons and daughters that had really any interaction or beef with them. with their sons and daughters. And again, the future is the Mishkan, and that actually repairs the past, because it's about giving the branch back to Levi from Judah. I mean, not that we have anything against him, even though it was kind of his brilliant idea to sell him off to slavery, which is why it doesn't actually make sense to me why he would be considered the most pious one. But I mean, let alone the whole thing with Judah and Tamar. Tamar was this bothering me on so many levels. Also, I can't talk right because I'm being assaulted all the time. I cannot figure out this puzzle or do your games or do what you need because I don't feel safe ever. I need safety and security first before I can do those things. I need Aharon. I will fail without him. You have doomed me to failure. Like, I thought you wanted the Tikkun Ha'Olam. And on top of all three of those axes, between, me, you, and the world at large, the environment, there's also a fourth axis, which is kind of like time, time being the fourth axis of, the three dimensions of space. Yeah. There's also time, but in this case, it's good and evil. It's like a polarity, and where it goes through all three of them, because we don't actually know what is the best course, even though we pretend like we do, or we pretend we lie to ourselves and tell ourselves that we know what is best for everyone, when in fact we don't. You just don't want to accept that someone, as crazy or whatever as me, could be more moral than you. You just don't want to accept it, even though I actually am on the 50th level, and there is no one else that's on that level, because I'm here to finish what Shimshon started, which involves, reclaiming Delilah and Jezebel and Salome and all the problematic women of the Bible. And hint, they were all problematic. Like men don't know how to deal with them, which is why there's a lot missing from Torah Emet, and why Torah Chesed needs to happen, because Torah Emet is frankly terrible when it comes to raising children, which is possibly why they would choose this ridiculous person. I mean, children's don't, because you guys don't know how to raise children properly. Like, that's it. I mean, naturally, women would be better at it. Which is why women need to have a voice. Which is why there were 2 scrolls for Simchat Torah. And what happened to the other one? Well, because you didn't want to save it or sign the scroll or the ketubah, and you were being selfish, and you were also going to write part of it because it's also for the gay people and for the disabled people, for schizophrenic people, for women and gays and queers and lesbians, basically everyone that was denied a voice in Torah in the first time. Women were not represented. I mean, come on now, that they weren't, because women need to be protected. They need to feel safe and secure, before they could speak up. Hineni, my Kavanaugh, which is to empower all women. I just expected more help than this, and I didn't expect everyone to come out with pitchforks instead. Like, I expected women to join me. I expected people to be happy, but instead, all of you wanted me to have nothing. You wanted me to be a poor, broke, defaced. I'm not even gonna call this person what you've called her. It's shameful. And so this is why the Torah exists, to repair the relationship that men have with Hashem and with each other and with the planet, because even the planet is dying too. And so we since we don't know what is the best thing to do, we don't actually know what is good until we try it, I guess, or until you ask for opinions. You could ask for mine. We have to work with each other, and we have to approach it with an aura of humility, because we are all children of Hashem, and everyone has something to contribute. We all were created differently for a reason, because we were meant to take a part in the Tikkun Ha'Olam. And speaking of which, does anyone know Ladino? Because I need to learn it from a Hebrew. I need to find a Hebrew to read the Megillah of Esther to me. There's so many different things that these events have opened up to me, to my mind, to the spirit world, to all of our learned and holy people. And we need each other, because we don't want the world to turn into shul. We want it to turn into the good. We want the happy ending. We want the good version that God had intended for us to have, if we would only observe his statutes and obey his laws and actually do them. Because it's not just good enough to have good thoughts. You must actually do the 613 mitzvot. It's about building a better world, because we are not good to each other. We're horrible. We desecrate, we destroy, we kill, we destroyed Gaza utterly, and most of our citizens are innocent. We cannot punish the civilians for the bad decisions of their leaders, of the horribly cruel and inhumane treatment of their leaders that cares nothing for them, for their civilians, that uses them as meat shields, as human shields, like including the women and children. And the Palestinians lost so much more than Israel. Like Israel, I will always be loyal to Israel, but they cannot be punished, or they've lost too much. Like they are important. They are the key to the future. Like I can't explain now how that is, but they are the key. Like we must be kind towards one another. For the Torah, for the Mishkan, the Mishkan is here for them. It is here for them to end the war and to serve as a mobile hospital, because that is what the people need. I promise and pledge that the resources that were raised for me will be used for rebuilding Palestine and for building the Mishkan, as well as for contributing to my health and safety and security, which I definitely do not have, along with my civil rights, because I have no civil rights. I give all of the copyrights to my intellectual property to Brett Levi. He'll be the sole copyright owner when I die in a few days, possibly, but hopefully not, if someone will show up for me, because this is a very challenging and stressful time. I don't know if you realize what is at stake here and why so many people are against me, but you absolutely need to show up for me, like tonight or tomorrow, like definitely by tomorrow. And like, I cannot. Okay, good. I have 2 days. I think I cannot survive another holiday with absolutely no love or company or anyone being there for me and helping me with this mission. It's too important. It's too important for the future, and I cannot rationally explain to you exactly why, but you have to have Amuna. You just have to trust me on this one. Like, it's about, Purim, Pascual, Pesach. I need a Hebrew to read the Haggadah Pesach to me. I must know what it says. You and I have a very important role to play in this. It is about revising the Torah. It's about the Torah, and it's about the Mishkan, which is the future. Like it has effects that ripple out onto eternity, and you are you're screwing me over. I need you to cooperate with me. I need you to do your part because it fails without you. I don't get to have a life if you do not join me. I will just calmly put it at that because I have amunah in you, which you have not given me any reassurance that you care or have even received this message. But I need you to finally show up for me. Like, it's the very least you can do. I've already sacrificed and given up everything for you, and you've given me nothing at all. And okay, do you have any idea like what we are about to lose? I don't think you do. And so conditions in the contracting phase would not be suitable for the existence of intelligent beings who could ask the question, why is disorder increasing in the same direction of time as that in which the universe is expanding? Inflation, the early stages of the universe, which the no boundary proposal predicts, means that the universe must be expanding at very close to the critical rate at which it would just avoid recollapse, and so will not recollapse for a very long time. Yeah, this world cannot survive another Shoah, another Holocaust. The first one was bad enough and was catastrophic enough, and we cannot sustain another one. It happened because people did not stand up. People did not speak up. Judges, where's Israel without her king? Where is Zadok? Where is righteousness? Where is integrity? What about keeping honest weights? What about just the rule of law? What about protecting the weak and the innocent? What about innocent until proven guilty? I deserve a chance to exist. I deserve to have minimum basic resources and civil rights, and to have my work protected, which was produced originally by me. It shouldn't go to everyone, without my consent and without my ability to even control anything that I produce. I don't own anything. I don't even own my own body. Do you have any idea what they've done to me? Where the hell were you? I'm sorry. I wanted to make this video not personal, and so it could actually be posted on TorahAnytime.com, but maybe you could still do that if you edit certain parts, or if you actually give me a computer that I need, the internet that I need, the secure internet that I need, the workspace that I need, because every single country is after me. Everyone wants me to fail. I feel like there is a firing squad coming after me every single day. I have not had a moment of peace for an entire year now. No one has given me a hug in over a year. They've given me absolutely zero love and affection and zero dates and responses and views. I've emailed you like probably 300 plus times, and you have not given me one response at all, which is unethical, which is immoral, which is wrong, which increases suffering, not just for me, but for you, and also it also means that my ancestors died for nothing, that the people that came before us, we had gay people, gay priests. Our Brahmin class, our priestly class was mostly gay people. And you have a chance to actually help increase equality and justice in the world for our people to get their rightful portion in the world to come. And yet you choose selfishness and guilt and shame instead. You choose yourself. You don't make any difference. You could have made the world a better place. Instead, you became a coward, and you passed on the present that was being given to you. And so you will do the right thing. So you will do the right thing because we made the right choice. You just have to remember who you are and what you stood for, which is the sanctuary. The Levites must serve in the sanctuary. They must help to keep things kadoshin, to observe the 613 laws, and also to build the Mishkan, which hopefully the chosen people, including the already, of course, naturally, can do, for the Tikkun Ha'Olam. And really, if there's anyone in the world that knows Ladino and could be interested in teaching it to me or reading the Torah to me, like the Megillah of Esther, I would like to know what she wrote, or what it says, or how to write like that, like in Spanish or Portuguese or Filipino, possibly, even though I have my own alphabet already that I'm still trying to preserve, like slowly in your Torah, I guess, because that's what I stole it for. And so if there's a part of this video that renders it invalid, that you don't like, or that is problematic or too troublesome or worrying, please let me know so I could do better next time and try to produce one that is acceptable by you, because I'm not here to cause fights. I abhor all fighting. I'm not here to cause more death and destruction and war, but the exact opposite, not just for the next 40 years, but forever, because I'm here to finish what Shimshon started. Im Hashem Levi Bayis. All Shimshon ever did was fight. He never built anything in the name of the Lord. HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But he was a lifelong Nazarite. He was very holy. He's a part of the great work. All of us are. You must do your part. You must do your part. I thank the chosen people. Yeshua would be proud of you. Yeshua is proud of you. Yeshua belongs to you. Yeshua belongs to you. He was loyal to the Torah. He was loyal to Israel. He's my king. He did cross the river. And so we thank you for a portion in the world to come. And as the prophet Nehemiah once said, to Sanballat and Tobias the Ammonite and all the other scoffers who laughed, who threw stones at them when they were trying to rebuild the walls of Yerushalayim, as Nehemiah once said to them, that you will not have a portion in, once Yerushalayim is rebuilt, once the holy city, Mainalandaga, of the Filipino is built, that you will not have a portion in the world to come for you. Tried to scoffed at the chosen people when they were trying to rebuild their shrines and their homes in the name of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, for Yeshua of Nazareth, my true king, for the Filipino, who are the most fervent followers of Yeshua on the planet. Should be talking. So we thank you. Thank you, Jacob, for visiting me.
Of course. Anytime to hear your speeches.
Yeah. Thank you. Shalom alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Do you want me to walk you out?
You don't have to. That's why I just wanted to let you know. That's the
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for visiting.
No, Noel.
Yeah.
Be safe, man. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Allahu Akbar. I'm trying to keep. I want people to calm down. I'm trying.
Spread love.
Yeah. I'm not your enemy. Why are you treating me like this? I don't deserve this. I deserve help. I'm disabled. Don't people realize that? Don't you realize they're trying to get me to betray Israel or Yerushalayim? That's why they keep messing with me. It's not nice. It's not cool. It's stop them from. Please, will someone take me in? Thank you. Have a good day.
To you too, man.
It would be a dream if one of the tribes would just take me in already, so I could be in a secure environment that respects me as a human being and a person and someone with something worthwhile to preserve or contribute, or at least to say, good job, thank you, I love you, you did good. Even once in a while, like once a year, that would be nice if we could ever have that from even just one person. But it seems like we can't, because We told the entire world very stupidly that we're a Jew, and and we weren't supposed to until Shusan and Pesach or Purim Katan or Pesach Shani, or I don't know, ask a Hebrew because I can't read their books, and apparently the books of the prophets will be nullified if I heard correctly, which is why I need a Hebrew to read it to me, to verify for me, because and I will help you to read the New Testament in a whole new light. For you got a different version of Yeshua than we did. Us non-Hebrew speakers in the Christian faith, you got a different version of him, and I must know what version you got, because I know you did. I could feel it. I just can't read it. I need someone to read it back to me. It is a very crucial importance. I can't rationally explain how or why, but it is. You have to learn how to give to other people joyously. That's what's at the heart of it. Circumcise your hearts. The chosen people, like you bring a tear to my eye, because your hearts were hardened after the Shoah, as any human being's heart would, but it changed you. You took his lesson to heart. You acted in the grace of, in the light of, in the rock in Rachamim, like our King. And no one's ever wanted me to have joy before, until I met the chosen people. So we thank you. Even when there's no hope, even when it seems like all hope is lost and that there's no reason to celebrate, we must remember that Purim is eternal. Purim is eternal, right? That you alone valued my life, my death, over making a profit, over making more coin, and no one else did. So I thank you. I swear the next video will be a lot happier than this, but it's very difficult for me to get. This is like Yeshua didn't have anyone who stood for him. Like, they all denied his name 3 times before the cock crowed. He didn't have a single person that wanted to be associated with him. And so, yeah, I actually got a lot better than he did. And so I thank you. And so I thank you. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. And good is the man who is compassionate and lends, but provides for his own needs with discretion. For he will never falter. The righteous man will be in eternal remembrance. He will not be afraid of a bad tiding. His heart is steadfast, secure in the Lord. His heart is steadfast. He does not fear until he sees his oppressors destroyed. And Esther, the Queen Esther. He has distributed his wealth, giving to the needy. His righteousness will endure forever. His might will be uplifted in honor. The wicked man will see and be angry. He will gnash his teeth and melt away. The wish of the wicked will be ruined. Why do they always talk about gnashing teeth? And why do they always fast for 3 days? And what is with the sackcloth and ashes? Like, not just in Esther, but in Nehemiah and Ezra, and was it Jeremiah or Zechariah or Isaiah? I think it was all of them. The book of Daniel as well. The book of Daniel. Leviticus, Deuteronomy, Tetzaveh, Vayakel, Pekude. I need someone to read the Mishkan to me. I really, I need you to show up for me. Please. Have a heart. For the covenant of the heart. P.S. Any Avata. Avert my eyes from seeing vanity. By your ways give me life. Fulfill for your servant your promise, which brings to the fear of you. Remove my shame, which I fear, for your judgments are good. Yes, Solomon, that means you. Behold, I have longed for your precepts. Give me life in your righteousness. And let your kindness come to fruition in me, O Lord, your salvation as you promised. I will offer a retort to those who taunt me, for I trust in your word. Torah emet. Do not at all remove the word of truth from my mouth, for I hope to fulfill your judgments. Come to me to hear the truth, to hear the unadulterated truth, unclipped and unaltered, undefaced. There's been so much defacing. I will keep your Torah continually, forever and ever, and I will walk in spacious paths, for I seek your precepts. I will speak of your testimonies before kings, and I will not be ashamed. And I will delight in your commandments, which I love. And they shall lie and eat together, and they shall not be disturbed. Zephaniah 39, I believe. Yeah, even after the world learns that they are Jews. For Saint Valentinus, for the Spanish Inquisition, for Tu B'Av, for Tu B'Shavat, for Yom Kippur, for my birthday, your birthday, on Yom Kippur, and Rosh Hashanah, 37 on the Akedah. No one, an ox, a muzzle of the morning star and the evening star, or Stara, or Purim Katan. Please, will you come to the costume party with me? Hamantashen, do you have a costume? I can still make one. I would for you. I always wanted to see you as Agashverish personally, but because it would be cute, I guess, and fun to catch Haman and Shusan. The gallows that he prepared for Mordecai, for Ephraim to become fruitful, for there's their portion is increasing. The Torah has grown. The world will become more good. Will become more good when we re-raise the walls of Yerushalayim, of the holy city, of Lupang Hinira, the promised land, for my people and yours. Let your mercies come upon me, that I may live. For your Torah is my delight. Simchat Torah. Simchat Torah. Masaya Noel. It means Merry Christmas. Like, I don't know why she wrote it like that, but she's weird, Let your scoffers be shamed, for they have maligned me with falsehood. But I will meditate upon your precepts. May those who fear you return to me, and those who know your testimonies. May my heart be perfect in your statutes, so that I not be shamed. Even with this speech impediment and this horrible gross affliction, I hope I am still pleasing to you. But if your answer is no, please tell me. Let me know what how I displease you, so that I can have closure and move on and try to change it if I have the ability to, because I can't hold on anymore. What? Rabbi Elazar said the companion said that it is forbidden to exile a Torah scroll from one synagogue to another, all the more so to bring it out into the street. Why then do we take it into the street when praying for rain? Rabbi Yehuda replied, as we have explained, so that the dead may be aroused because of it and entreat for the world. Yeah, the righteous shield the dead. The righteous shield the world in their lifetime, and after their death, even more than during their lifetime. This is reflected in the verse, I will defend this city, saving it for my own sake, and for the sake of my servant David. In David's lifetime, this was not said. Why is the verse state for my own sake and for the sake of my servant David, putting David on a par with God himself, as it were? Because David was found worthy of being connected with the holy chariot of the patriarchs, and therefore all is one. Blessed be he forever and ever. May it be your will, O God. HaKadosh Baruch Hu. For life in the world to come. For the life in the world to come. Yeah, may the Nefesh of my Lord be bound in the bond of life. Yeah, may I be bundled in the bundle of life. 10 brachas, Hadassah. Your kindness, O Lord, fills the earth. Teach me your statutes. Teach me the goodness and the wisdom of the Torah's reasons, for I believe in your commandments. The 613 laws. For the Mishkan. For the Tikkun Ha'Olam. Assalamu alaikum. Salamat po. Shalom alaikum. Shalom alaikum. Yeah, if you love me, you'll keep my commandments. His love endures forever. His love endures forever. Shana ma'ubret. We did make the right decision after all. Yeah, we made the right decision after all. Estamos ante ti, Espíritu Santo, reunidos en tu nombre. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, atah gibor v'olam Adonai. Thank you. Salamat po. Shalom alaikum. Shalom.